Barry Keoghan is an Irish actor who is now starring alongside A-listers in blockbuster movies. His portrayals in films like Dunkirk and The Killing of a Sacred Deer have given him recognition, and soon we'll see him in the Batman world starring as the Joker. But Barry's life wasn't always Hollywood. In fact, it was far from it. He had a troubled childhood where he lived in foster care, including the tragic death of a family member and more. Well, if you want to know all about the story and life of Barry Keoghan, then stay tuned because we'll get into all of that and more here for you on Famous Life. Barry Keoghan was born on October 18, 1992 in Summerhill, Dublin, Ireland, more specifically in the innermost district of the Irish capital. He grew up alongside his brother Eric, but they had a difficult upbringing and spent 7 years switching between 13 foster homes. Sadly, their mother suffered from a heroin addiction, succumbing to the epidemic that swept Dublin in the 1990s, which led to an overdose on the drug when Barry was only 12 years old. After his mother passed away, it was just him and his brother. Barry said about his relationship with his brother, "My nanny took me in at 12 with my brother, who was a year younger than me. We're the closest brothers you'll ever meet." After the brothers spent those years in foster care, they were then raised by their grandmother or nanny and their aunt. Speaking about his difficult childhood, Barry hopes his story will inspire others to follow their dreams. He says that if you saw 13 foster homes on paper, you wouldn't expect him to be where he is in life. As a child, Keoghan appeared in school plays, but he was banned after for messing about. In fact, Barry describes himself as a messer in school and was on the streets hanging with friends. He adds, "I wasn't stupid or very smart. I didn't finish my education. Where I'm from, you focus on finishing school. Even finishing college is seen as a stretch. You just get a job after school and that's it. Acting isn't a big thing around here. My brother didn't think I would ever be doing something like this. No one did." But how did a messer like Barry then end up working with some of the most acclaimed directors in Hollywood? Well, he started his acting career in 2011 when he answered an ad for the gangster film Between the Canals after seeing a casting notice in a local shop window. He portrayed Ado in a small role in the film, which was released in 2011. According to Barry, from there it just took off. He went on to study acting at the Factory, a local school in Dublin, and the same year appeared in the Irish soap opera Fair City at the age of 18. He played other Irish roles, and in 2013, Barry took on the role of Wayne, the infamous cat killer in the drama series Love and Hate, which earned the actor headlines and recognition across Ireland. Went on to be in 71 in 2014 and Mammal and Trespass Against Us in 2016. Barry didn't want fame to blur his vision though, and he knew where he truly wanted to be in his career. His fame in Dublin was nothing compared to the worldwide notoriety he would soon earn. In 2017, Barry appeared in the film Dunkirk starring as George Mills and starred as Martin Lang in The Killing of a Sacred Deer alongside A-listers Colin Farrell and Nicole Kidman. For this role, he won the Irish Film and TV Award for Best Supporting Actor. I mean, he did do a great job of being creepy for this role. To really embody roles like this, you might be surprised that Barry didn't go to drama school officially. The place he took his acting training, The Factory, was actually a formative drama workshop, which Barry describes. "This was about 10 men getting together every week for 14 hours a day. Sometimes I would skip school to go there and watch old movies and documentaries. We would watch human behavior. This is how I learned my craft." This technique helped Barry really get into his role of Martin for Sacred Deer. He built the character by watching documentaries of kids, putting jigsaws together, and being so occupied with something they didn't react to a camera. Noting this lack of self-awareness, the actor realized that the more innocent and downplayed Martin was, the more impact the creepiness had. This film was partly psychological thriller, art house horror, and black comedy. After this unique role, in 2018, Barry took another big step in his acting career. He played the role of Hobson in the movie Black 47, an English soldier who had been stationed in Ireland at the peak of the Great Famine. Barry also played Spencer Reinhardt in the film American Animals, which depicts the story of a real-time book heist from a university library. Later in 2018, Keoghan was said by The Hollywood Reporter to be the next big thing for his exceptional performances in movies in 3 years. Those exceptional performances were then rewarded in 2019 when he was nominated for the BAFTA Rising Star Awards. Clearly, from there, the only way Barry could go was up. He was featured in in the 2019 miniseries Chernobyl and starred in an episode of Living with Lucy that year too. In the same month, September, a movie he appeared in, Living with Horses, premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival. Barry kept up his good form as he scored another big screen win when he played the role of Droog in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and their 2021 movie Eternals. 2021 also saw Barry appear in The Green Knight. 2022 has already been a great year for Keoghan as he was credited for his role as the unseen Arkham prisoner in the newest Matt Reeves Batman film. Reeves later confirmed that Barry would actually be the one playing the famed Joker in the near future. On March 24, 2022, 3 weeks after the film's release, Warner Bros. Released a deleted scene depicting a confrontation between Barry's Joker and the Batman, played by Robert Pattinson, so it can be proven. It looks as though Keoghan's Joker borrows several tics from the late Heath Ledger's interpretation of the character, such as the low, gruff growl. His head is severely balding, and he appears to have intense burns all over his body, in line with the Batman lore that the Joker became the clown prince of crime after falling into a vat of acid, which warped his body and mind. Barry also finally announced that it was he who takes on the role of Gotham's most notorious villain, and others seem to be impressed with his take on the character. Well, it might be some time before the Batman gets its inevitable sequel, so we'll ultimately have to wait and see how the Joker will fit into Reeves' universe. However, considering the end of that last film, it seems like Keoghan will have a major role. Aside from starring in the Joker soon enough, I'm sure Barry will surprise us with some more upcoming roles in movies and TV. Not to mention, he announced on Instagram in 2022 that he and his girlfriend Allison are expecting a child together. In addition to acting, Barry is a talented amateur boxer as well as an ambassador for Dior. This young man has gone from facing adversity and a difficult childhood to becoming an in-demand and talented actor in Hollywood, performing alongside some of the biggest A-listers out there. While he's amassed fame, he still has time for his friends back in Dublin, Ireland. When speaking to Dublin Live, Keoghan said his local is the Bridge Tavern and keeps himself humble when he goes there for a pint. Well, I think we're all excited to see what Barry Keoghan will be up to next, including how he plays the infamous Joker. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Famous Life and leave a comment for who you'd like us to feature next.